Please don't laugh. I know my video is a little choppy, and I know my desk is a little messy, but this is the computer that I'm trying to build. The case isn't here yet, and I just could not wait to let it rip. As you see, I have the biggest fire hazard. I have anti-static bags next to live wires, cups with water in them. It's so awesome. It's messy, and I don't care. I just want to test this board. Now, I'm not going to go through a motherboard review, okay? But that will be coming up, and I'll try to do it with the board. I'm only going to be able to do it with the board loaded. Um, so, yeah. Uh, this is what I'm using my screen. That's the screen I'm using to test to see if we get a video. We didn't get any beep codes because I don't have a speaker on here, but who needs beep codes? Because everything's working fine. Alright, this is the total setup. Alright, no video card yet, and no 20-inch monitor screen yet. Okay? I'm going to tell you every component I'm going to be using. Let's start with the basic input-output. We have a Dell keyboard. Laugh at me all you want, but the input, like this stuff, user input, this stuff, it'll do the same thing as a new one, except it won't light up. I will be using the same old Logitech mouse, wireless mouse I was using on my original PC. It still works fine. Let's get now to the screen. This is a Koji test screen. It's not my permanent. Koji LE7H, I believe that's the model name. 17-inch monitor, 4x3. Now let's get to let's get to why this computer turns on. We've got a 480 watt power supply. This is the Roswell Green Series. Where is that box? I have a lot of stuff from Newegg over here. Here it is. The Roswell Green Series, 80 plus certified. So it's more environmentally friendly than, and that's the little code right there. That's the model number. Alright, I got all the stuff right here. I don't need to show you on the motherboard. This is what I got. Named the ATI 2 multi-core processor. Of course, the processor's not in there. I got some books in. I didn't even need to look at the instruction booklet. Very easy to build a PC. Takes like 10 minutes. That's just telling how you install it. And let's check this out. Can't see on the camera, but it tells you how this optimizes your graphics. Beautiful. Okay. What else do we got? I wasn't lying about that crucial ballistics memory. I've got 4 gigabytes of it. That's nasty. That's the most RAM I've ever had. Let's just say crucial ballistics high performance memory is engineered specifically for gaming enthusiasts and system modders. I'm not even a system modder, and I love games, but I am not an enthusiast. This memory is going to move so fast, I won't even know how to get it started. So that's it, the ballistics memory. Let me give you a close-up of that. You can't see it. That's it right there. There it is. Ballistics. Isn't she beautiful? Oh, yes. I'm going to talk about the IDE cable in a minute, okay? Let's see. What else did I get from them? Oh, yeah, the motherboard. I'm going to try to lift up this motherboard and show you the box. Be shocking myself here. That's the box. That is the ASRock 880G. That's the chipset on it. And let me show you some stuff here. It's AM3 socket, Ultimate Vision, Phenom 2, Athlon 2, and 880G chipset. Check this out, DDR3 1800 overclockable. Oh, and it's got fast USB, improves the performance of your USB. ASRock UCC, key to unlock CPU core, so it unlocks the cores for you. An ATI Radeon HD 5250. That'll all change soon when I get my new video card. And it comes with some free software and something that works with the... you can turn your keyboard on my iPhone that I'm using right now. This can be a keyboard for your computer, so that's going to be awesome. I don't know how that's going to work. I might need some kind of wireless transmitter. It might have something already built in. Alright, let's get to the board. We talked about the power supply. I wish I couldn't hold off on a review. This is our AMD with our very thin heatsink. I'm not going to talk about that, but it is 3 gigahertz and it is overclockable. So we will be doing some of that later on. This is our graphics chipset. That must be our south bridge, and this is our north bridge, which acts as a graphics chipset, I'm sure. And check this out. If you don't see it, it says hybrid crossfire. You know what that is? The onboard chipset will work with your main graphics card. So if I buy a what's that name of that card? AMD something 70. If I buy that video card, and I switch to the game, it'll switch from the main graphics to the piece, or it'll switch from the onboard to the PCI Express. And then when I go back to regular, it'll go to this, or it could combine the two. So that's pretty nice. It's hybrid, really, really energy efficient. So this is a really good starter board for me. It's got 6 SATA ports. It's got 3 USB headers. It's got 6 USBs already on the back, if you can't see that. Analog sound, gigabit Ethernet, DVI, VGA, which is plugged in, PS2. This thing's loaded for such a cheap motherboard. Really cheap. I think it was like 45 or $40. It's got 2 fan headers plus the one for the CPU, so that's good. Actually, I could get a fan Y cable. So I mean, and the hard drive I'm using, which I was really surprised about, which is a SATA. It is a Maxter 320 gigabyte, 7200 RPM, 16 megabytes of cache, quick view. That is the name of it. Pretty weird name. It looks like all the other Maxter hard drives. I'm going to show you one from 1996. I have one over here, somewhere over here, and it looks just the same. This is the hard drive I'm using. That I was using on that old system from 1996 running Windows 98, and they look the same, except this one has a very, very bad finish. Actually, it's not even a finish, it's just a pale gray or something. But the drive looks the same, the motor looks the same, the board looks the same, it looks the same. So, alright, enough of that. Back to what I did this video for. Alright, I have nothing on the PCI slot, but I will be getting a wireless LAN, and I'm actually gonna run the system without the case tonight and then throw it in the case tomorrow, because I can't wait. So, okay, let's finish going over this. We have solid state capacitors. Yes, we do. Now you have your electrolytics, but you have a lot of solid state capacitors. I think this thing has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or if I'm not sure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 2 power phase, or 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2 plus 2. I don't know how they do it, but it's 7 power phase for the processor, I guess, or for the motherboard. Let's go over what else is on here. We've got our PCI Express X1, PCI Express 2.0 X16, PCI Original, and another PCI Original. This is a floppy connector, LTP connector, and as you notice, this power supply is plugged in, and actually it's plugged in, but oh wow, and it's hot too. I forgot to turn it off, and I'm sitting here touching components. Let's turn this thing off. Now it's off. I'm sitting here touching components on the board, and I'm sweating and everything, and there's moisture in my room. That's crazy. Okay, let's continue. Yes, we got 2 regular PCI as well as the PCI Express and PCI X1. Got your South Bridge, North Bridge, your AM3 socket. I went over those already. I'm just overwhelmed. 6 SATA ports. This baby can do RAID 1, 2. Alright, we are installing drivers. The CD drive is just running away, and I don't know. We're not getting any internet connection. It's not picking up my wireless router, so I'm about to head out to Radio Shack and see if they have one. See if I can pick up one real quick. Okay. But the CD drivers are really loud, and this is what the setup looks like for now, but tomorrow it's going to be a lot different. I'm trying to use my laptop to actually tap into the network, but it's not letting me. I may have to uninstall the driver. I don't know why Windows 7 isn't recognizing it. It should. I'll install the driver anyway. But that's where we're at right now. It's actually installing my video driver, and you hear this thing's just so loud. So things will change. This area will look a lot better. It's just a mess. I'm still trying to get everything together. That. Okay, I just finished doing my rating, and it's better than anything I've ever had. And I was absolutely right. I was saying in the other room that it should be processor, RAM, then graphics card. Graphics card is at a 4.3, RAM is at a 7.1, and oh, whoa, the RAM's faster than the processor, and it's not even overclocked? The gaming graphics got a 5.3. I don't know how that got a higher rating than. So that's pretty good. Actually, I'm gonna wear this video card some. That's my motherboard right there, and you see how the light just kicked in? I like that because it's really dark over here. You can barely see, but the camera just up converted it. That's it. It's still outside the case, and I didn't get the case till I'm not gonna get the case till tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. I've been going through hell trying to get this case working. I mean, this motherboard working. All it needed was some extension of the internet, and once I get the case, then okay, it is like 1:30 in the morning, and as you see, the overclocking utility is now open. I told you I wasn't gonna overclock this computer, but I couldn't help it. This overclock unit computer, this I can't even speak. I'm so tired. This software allows you to overclock without doing damage to your CPU as much as when you do it through the BIOS. I did it through the BIOS, and my computer wouldn't boot up. I couldn't get a monitor. I wouldn't get a screen. No video. No anything. The fans would like fire up and then turn off. So you gotta be careful when you're in the BIOS because it'll destroy your system. I had to pop the CMOS battery out, and then it's just crazy what happened. I had to pop the CMOS battery out, take off a stick of RAM, and then start it over, and then go in the BIOS and then set everything back to defaults. See, it's not like those nice motherboards. I got the clear CMOS. I'm sitting here pressing stuff on the motherboard expecting it to do that. But this one, I took it up from the stock clock from 3 gigahertz flat to 3.26 gigahertz. So I am now rendering my first YouTube video on here, and it's moving reasonably fast. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I can deal with this. Still, the only thing I hate is the processor's so busy doing this that you can barely do anything else. And that's what I built this computer for. Extreme multitasking. Okay, I didn't expect to do any extreme overclocking, but maybe I need to overclock the RAM. Maybe that's what I need to do. Because I think the RAM's running at 667. That's corny. I need to overclock the RAM. So many of you may not know, but I'm new to overclocking. So you might want to give me some tips. This is the the ASRock 880GM. That's actually the chipset. I wouldn't usually yawn on camera, but I am tired. I've been trying to get used to this computer all night, and really it's been about 3 hours since I actually got this computer up and running and stable. I've had problems with the internet, and I finally got that fixed. The case is in here. I know I've been running it all day. I've played Modern Warfare. It plays fine on mid settings. I overclocked the processor. It helped a lot, and I'm nearly at the maximum. So I mean, I'm pushing the limits of this processor, and that's maximum on the stock heatsink. I'm gonna try to get it to 3.4. That's really my goal. My main goal is 3.6. Okay, that's the thing I like about AMD processors. You can overclock them to they blow up. But alright, I'm just gonna shut up and just stay tuned for my case. Bad thing about the camera though. That's why I'm still using my iPhone. Bad thing about the camera, the guy just shipped it off today. So I'm not going to have it till Wednesday. So no motherboard review, no ballistics RAM review, no, none of that. None of those. Sorry about it, but I was going to do a review on every component on here. The packaging and all, but, you know, the camera's coming too late. By then, everything's going to be in the case. So, alright. And the monitor, like I said, this is not my permanent monitor. This looks like a sweet monitor on camera, but if you look between my laptop screen and this screen, the screen has a shade of blue that you can't get rid of. There's a bad capacitor, or the CFLs are dying or something like that, and it's giving off this blue color on the screen, and whites don't look white, they look kind of brightish sky blue. It's just horrible. So alright, stay tuned for my next video, and I'm gonna probably play with this computer some more or go to sleep. It is day 2 of my computer build. That is my monitor, and that is my motherboard, and as you see, it is just a mess. I've got metal, I've got liquid over there, but about 5 minutes ago, UPS just dropped off something. Oh, That's my case. That's what that is. So we're gonna rip this bad boy open and see what she contains. Okay. We'll try to do this whole thing with one hand. We might break something now. I could tell it's not that beefy of a case, but that doesn't matter. I just need something that... Oh, wow. Check that out. I'm going to try to pull this up here. Put the camera right on the box and just lift. Oh. Wow. Well, hello guys. It is what is it? Today the 26th, day after Thanksgiving, or a day or two after Thanksgiving, and I'm doing a follow-up video. As you see, I am in the middle of editing this video that I did when I first built this computer. Unfortunately, my battery died in that video, and I got interrupted after that. And after that, I had put all the parts in. But this is the case right here. You know, this is it. I'm not gonna do a review on it. I'll just do some you know, kind of a 360 view, and hopefully my bad camera can actually show you what this case looks like despite all the stuff that's plugged into it. And you know, this is only unique feature about this case is it's got that flip down door, so when you open the DVD drive, yeah. And I forgot to explain in the video about the IDE cable. That IDE cable runs this old DVD drive. I know you guys are like, oh, what an idiot. Well, I'm the best idiot there is. I just saved 21 bucks on buying a new DVD drive, and I don't use Blu-ray. My video card can render Blu-ray, but I don't use Blu-ray disc. So why go out and buy a $21 or $51, you know, DVD drive or Blu-ray writer or whatever when I don't use that? My old DVD drive works fine. It works like the day it fell off the assembly line. So yeah, that's why that IDE cable's there. It's for my old CD drive. And yeah, this is what the case looks like. Everything's plugged into it. Here's the thing. I will be doing a new case review in HD, or this is not a D. But I'm getting a new case. This one, unfortunately, if you don't hear that, that's the sound of cheap metal. This case worries me. If you saw my computer failure videos, I'll just keep doing a, you know, a flyby while I'm talking. But if you seen my other video when my computer failed to boot, that's because the cheap metal. This case is so cheap that you know, when you put something heavy in it, it tends to bone flex. And yeah, my motherboard was coming in contact with the metal because this case didn't coat enough standoffs. So if you're going to buy this case, it's a very budget case, and beware, because the standoffs don't fit properly, and the metal is very thin. You can easily cut your hand on it. And oh yeah, this case didn't have a working HDD light. This is what one of my problems with this case was. No working HDD light, and I need my hard drive activity light because I like to know what my hard drives are doing. That's kind of the heart of the computer. That's why it's running. So you always want to know your hard drive activity lights. Those are kind of important to me. And again, here's the rear end. The power supply and everything's in here, but it'll look different when everything's empty. And these holes for the PCI, I'm not sure if you can see them. See if I can get down there. But the holes for the PCI slots, those are punch outs. So there's like, you know, once you punch it out, that's it. I'm not sure if you can like screw it back in to keep them in, but this case, everything's like a punch out. That right there, this right there, that's a punch out right there. So that's the case. You know, sorry my battery died in that video, and it is like 2 months after. This case, it's serving me well, but not serving me well enough. The one I'm getting next is compared to one of the Antec cases, but it's an Apex. So stay tuned for that. And best thing I like about the case is this black power supply I have. It matches the case like it was built into the case. So it's going to be a nice little rebuild, and I will be doing a video on that. You'll see me putting all the parts inside of the computer. You'll actually see how I put the system together. So stay tuned. And oh yeah, well, while I'm here, here's the monitor I brought. At that time when I did that video, I didn't have any money. Not any money, but I didn't have my mindset on what monitor I wanted yet. And I brought this one. This is the Gateway HX2000 monitor. Search it up on eBay or Newegg or cheetahdeals.com where I got this from. This monitor is really good. It's a Gateway, but don't let that fool you. It really puts out a great picture, and it does more than what I thought it would actually do. It works. I got it as a refurb. Had a couple of scratches, but not on the screen, just on the bezel. So, like I said, the input devices are the same. Who the hell needs a Razer Copperhead keyboard when your old 2003 Dell keyboard could do the same thing without all the illuminated lights? But back to the case. Thin case, budget, but not reliable. So if you ever plan to make this into a media center, that's all it's good for. A gaming center? No, you can't put heavy video cards in here. You can't put heavy coolers in here because once they push down on the motherboard and it comes in contact with this metal, you're going to short out your motherboard and kill your crap. So stay tuned for that new case unboxing. Thank you for watching. Sorry it took me so long to put up the video. I'm not sure if any of you guys are watching. Hopefully you guys are. And I recorded that video with this iPhone. As you see, this is the 3G, and I had a program that can actually make the camera work as a video camera. So, yeah, the iPhone 3G doesn't work as a video camera because it's such an old iPhone. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for my upcoming videos, and I'm uploading the GoldenEye OST. I'm tired. It's 11 p.m. So I have a lot of videos coming up. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.